Hi, and welcome to the another class of GRE, especially dealing with what exactly is GRE and what we offer at WAX is as part of our coaching. Let's begin with understanding what's GRE, Graduate Record Exam. First of all, there are many misconceptions about what kind of test is GRE. GRE is taken by all, both the international students as well as the students that are native to the US. So whoever is planning to apply to the universities in the US, they all need to take the GRE test. And it's a computer-based test and it's a section level adaptive test. Looking at the components, most importantly, it's very demanding on vocabulary, and that is followed by reading, especially both comprehension and also the reasoning part of what exactly you read there. So we can safely categorize this as a reasoning test. It's not an entrance exam. There is reasoning, it's a predictive test, it's a standardized test, it is a psychometric test because it tests about not what you learned in the previous classes, but a plain ability to think and use your reasoning in order to make a decision with the given information. Let's look at the other aspects. The total duration of the exam is close to 4 hours. It actually begins with the analytical writing, and that itself will take about 1 hour. There are 2 tasks, and that is followed by 2 verbal and 2 quantitative reasoning sections. This is a section level adaptive in the sense that how well you do the first section determines the level of difficulty of the following sections. Coming to the score reporting, 170 each section, 170 in verbal, 170 in quant, and a total of 340 is the maximum possible score. And analytical writing is reported separately on a scale of 0 to 6 in half-point increments, and also the validity of the score is for 5 years. Let's look at the aim of this video lesson is to especially introduce you to the question types. You will get to see those question types, and this is a very well scored sample scorecard there. You can look at it. So these are the, as far as the verbal is concerned, these are the 6 types of questions that you get as part of the verbal. This video doesn't cover the quant part. You can look at the verbal. There are a total of 6 questions. Analytical writing, 2 questions. Verbal, there are remaining 4 question types. To begin with, the very first question that you get in the analytical writing is it's called analysis of an issue. You have a topic given, and it is not about not only about your opinion. GRE first expects that you discuss the complex ideas. Complex ideas is the variety of ideas and possibilities on the given topic. And while discussing those complex ideas, you're expected to take a position. Your view needs to be mentioned, and also you need to defend your view with reference to the other possible views with reasons and examples. So that's why it is called an issue task. The issues are very relatable to all the students, especially who are applying for masters, and that is followed by analytical writing. Analyze an argument task. Here, you have an argument given. There is a passage, as you can look at my screen. There is a passage, and we'll call that technically an argument. And this argument has a claim and conclusion, and that is supported by the evidences. So here we don't have to write any opinion of ours, but we will be assessing the reasoning or the validity of the reasons presented by the author in support of the claim or conclusion. And then we will find the insightful assumptions, because insightful assumptions can cast doubt on the validity of the claim or conclusion. So therefore, we present that unless these assumptions are dealt with, the claim or conclusion is not going to be entirely logical. So that's how we respond to that. And there is no minimum, maximum word limit. There is no set template given by ETS. The quality of the analysis is what is important there. So only restriction that we have is 30 minutes duration for each of those tasks. Coming to the verbal section, you have 4 different types of questions. Out of the 20 questions, 10 are fill in the blank questions. You can look at it. This is called sentence equivalence questions. Equivalence is about the meaning of the completed sentences should be alike. So 6 answer choices are given. You need to select 2 in such a way that the resultant sentences should mean alike. And these are the standard directions. And you get about, for each section, 4 sentence equivalence questions, and the remaining 6 are from text completion. So the text completion can be 1 blank, 2 blank, even 3 blanks. But this is not about equivalence. It is more to do with filling it, completing the sentences. The sentences could be anywhere between 1 through 6 sentences. So we can also typically call this as paragraph completion. Sentence equivalents are very high on vocabulary requirement, whereas the text completion questions demands the logical. It should be complete not only grammatically but logically and also stylistically. And on the real exam, you will find the test interface this way. Since this is a computer-based test, you have the entire test done in this client, internet-based test client. This is, and Power Prep 2 is freely available for practice from ets.org. And moving on to the passage-based questions. So out of 20, you have 10 fill-in-the-blank questions and 10 passage-based questions. So you have these passage-based questions that are about any of these things: main idea, supporting detail, inference, further application, logical structure, and author. Since this is a reasoning test, there is very little information available as direct answers in the passage. You have to use the information in the passage and then club that with logical reasoning in order to find the answers. So therefore, we don't read the passage to find the answers, but rather we use the information in the passage to find the answers. Another passage-based question is called critical reasoning. While the reading comprehension is about understanding, the critical reasoning is about the logical evaluation of the thinking applied by the author there. So questions will be about identifying the components of an argument like claim, conclusion, premises, assumptions, and these are the construction of an argument question. And evaluation questions include weakening of an argument, strengthening, and fallacies, and errors, and the weaknesses in the argument is what the question will ask us to identify. And this is followed by the overall weightage. There is nothing called weightage because there's no negative marking, but every question is at three different levels. It may be easy or medium or difficult. So the first two sections should be done to the best of your ability, because the following ones are going to be based on how well you do your first one. So to do well, a very well planned and committed work schedule, so study schedule should be made. You would also need a mentor, and strong reading and vocabulary is going to be always handy for you. And practice, because the coaching will give you the strategies, etc. The more you practice, the better you become at acing the exam. And the examiner will be the mentor will be able to give you the necessary feedback and developmental areas for further improvement. Coming to what exactly we offer at Y-Axis, we have a dedicated site given to you as part of our coaching to access at least 5 different levels of GRE words. This comes from membean.com, and this is valid for 180 days, and each word is taught to you by 9 different ways for your not only learning but easy retention and making it part of your active vocabulary. And then there are no books to carry. Everything is made available through this learning management system, which can be accessed by your email ID and password, again for 180 days. And apart from that, we provide you that mentor access throughout till the time you get your target score. And we cover both foundational aspects as well as high scoring ones. And we bank on the official material. And there is tons of practice material on the LMS for your repeat practice. And you can join weekend, weekday, and even private tutoring is also available there. I hope you found this video lesson helpful and informative, and thank you for your interest and time and spending or considering Y coaching for your preparation for the GRE. All the best. Thank you very much.